This is a part 2. Just uploaded a video. Oh man. It's crazy because when you start a new habit, man, all those negative thinking starts, you know what I mean? Like right now, like yesterday I stopped smoking. Yesterday was my last day smoking, right? For the next 21 to 120 days. So right now my mind's like, Angel, let's go burn. Let's go smoke, you know? And right now I'm fighting that. And on top of this, I told y'all yesterday that I'm kicking this off with a 72, I said 48-hour fast, I said 48 to 72-hour fast. And right now, I'm in the shit. I'm in the suck. And I feel it. And I'm smiling right now because I don't know what else to do. You know, I don't know what else to do. Man, like, habits kick your ass, bro. Especially if you start building bad habits. Like, I feel for these guys that can't stop on nofap. Like, they can't stop fapping. Like, I was one of those guys. But the biggest thing was, I think that kind of got me to stop. And it stopped right away. It took some time. Like, I was realizing that fapping all the time caused me to become a hypochondriac. Now, if y'all don't know what a hypochondria is, go ahead and Google that. Now, hypochondria is when you start inventing disease in your mind. Like, you start getting anxiety, you start getting stress attacks, you start getting depression, you start getting all that shit. You hear that noise in the background? Let's just smile and see. But yeah, you get hypochondria, and this is just bad for basics of the law of attraction, right? Because if you're thinking infirmity, you're thinking sickness, you're thinking disease, dis-ease, right? Eventually, that's what you're going to attract to yourself. And some of y'all wonder why you're depressed, why you're stressed, why you're anxious. Some of y'all experiencing that hypochondria right now, especially you young guys. I know y'all experiencing it. Some of y'all smashing girls left and right, and y'all smashing shorties, dope shorties, ugly shorties. You just smashing, right? But then you go home late at night, or you go the next day, and you're like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to cough different. Then you start looking up researching disease. Your mind starts playing games with you. It starts saying like, you probably got AIDS, or you got the herp. You got that stuff. You've been jacking your stuff without lotion, and you wonder why there's scabs on your shit, or why your shit's outbreaking. You're like, I'm having a herpes flare up. Trust me, I've been there, man. I know how it feels. If not, then I'm just the only weirdo that's willing to admit it, right? Hold on, I'm trying to button up this upper button. But yeah, man, that's what you're doing, because you're releasing so much energy, right? I'm not going to sit here and get into evil and good with y'all either, right? Positive and negative. I think when you allow your mind to be empty around the wrong type of energy, that allows that energy to kind of develop in any way it wants. You know what I mean? So I meaning like, if you just spilling seeds, right? I feel like you open, or you give opportunity to mindless things. Even if it's music. Music is a frequency that your body vibes at, right? You're feeling good vibes. You could be listening to music, and music gets you feeling in a certain way, right? Like you could listen to some music like, I'm gonna smash this motherfucker in the face, da 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 da. Or you get in another stage where you listen, you know what I mean? You just probably getting out of a long relationship, and you listen to some R&B, or that's all you attracting to your life, some sad music. You're like, why is that? Frequency and vibration, people. Frequency and vibration. and you spilling your seed too often, making you too weak to see it coming. What I notice is that your seed is the lens to your eyes. And it allows you to discern. And it allows you to use your understanding in a more efficient way. When you're doing this journey, and you want to go nofap 21 days, right? You got to challenge yourself, not just by not doing what you usually do, but you got to also replace it with something else. And a lot of y'all are distant from the reading. A lot of y'all are distant from listening to audiobooks. A lot of y'all are distant from listening to positive podcasts to elevate y'all to that next level. And you guys mindlessly surround yourself with friends from school, which, you know what I mean, makes sense. They're my people, they got my back, you know what I mean? You're just doing shit that you're used to, you're accustomed to. And sometimes it's hard to get out of the fucking, the rabbit hole when you're with a whole bunch of other rabbits that are in the same hole and have the same mindset and that think the same way you do. You know what I mean? How you gonna know you shackled if you can't see with that lens? You know what I mean? If you're not saving up your seed, you busting your seed every day. How you gonna know you in shackles, spiritual shackles? They're not on you physically. They're on you spiritually, mentally. For what you do physically. So what you do in the physical contributes to what you do in the spiritual and the spiritual and mental realm. That's crazy. Look at it like that, right? What you do in the physical contributes to what happens to you in the mental and the spiritual. The more you do it, the heavier these shackles get. The more you feel stressed, the more you feel depressed, not inspired, no breath. When you're anxious all the time, that means you're not breathing properly. And when you're not breathing properly and you're anxious, your body's going to produce what is called more cortisol, stress hormone. Then that comes with sugar cravings. That comes with decisions to eating horribly. So it's a cascade of decisions you got to make. Like, I've been making a list for the last 5 days. Every day I'm writing in this fucking book. Every fucking day. Right? And I think this shit could have helped me when I was in my flatline period. Like, I think in the 40-day mark, 35-day mark, I was in a big flatline. And this could have helped me if I would have done it more back then. Because what I do here in the physical is going to help me. It helps me alleviate a lot. Like, I journal. I spend some, 5 minutes journaling how I feel. You know what I mean? I sit there and I just write out goals that I have for the day. You know what I mean? I write down what I want to get completed in the house. Even if I don't have nothing to do, get dressed. Be prepared for success no matter what. Even if you don't got nothing going on that day, get yourself smelling good, get yourself looking good, get yourself feeling good. I was able to get my run in this morning, got my workout in. I'm about to get another workout in and then a yoga session in right after. Because this is one of my more active, crazy days. Later on, I'm going to go spend some time with my daughter, go read a book with her, right? And I create times for these, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, I'm going to do 5 to 10 minutes of meditation. I'm going to train at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and run 2 miles at 6 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and eat at this time, you know what I mean? So me having a schedule is helping me out big time, and I'm able to go moment to moment. And what I do with my phone is I set a 15-minute timer, and I ask myself after those, I'll set an intention to do something, and then after that 15 minutes is up, I'll either continue doing what I said I was going to do, or I'll go ahead and change it up, you know what I mean? And then go ahead and check it off, and it feels fucking amazing. I got this from the book Make Your Bed in the Morning. It's by a Navy SEAL, I think captain. I forget. I think he's a captain, or a little bit up. I think probably lieutenant colonel or something like that in the Navy SEALs. But doing your bed daily, doing the little things actually help. And they're so easy to push off and not do. You know what I mean? They're easy to do, they're easy not to do. And those are the things we gotta do. Like today was the first time in a while that I did 5 minutes of positive affirmations, just speaking good to myself. Because you gotta understand, if you could control 3 things: your physiology, the way you are physically, right? What you have your mind on, and the language that you speak to yourself. You know what I mean? So if you're constantly, you know what I mean, you get to tap into different parts of your brain that you've never been able to tap into, and it kind of helps you out, and it gives you that boost of momentum. And you probably be like, I don't feel like it. You got to do it in order to feel it. You know what I mean? And that's one big thing about controlling your state is. But anyways, this video, part 2 of this, it's gone on for too long. Still day 1, video part 2. Let's go.